Hello everyone, welcome to your Gradeup classroom. Today we're going to talk about revision set 2, your final lap for your CAT preparation. I hope all of you are working hard. And one second, let me see, 1 second. Revision set 2, your final lap for your CAT preparation. I hope all of you are working hard. 1 second, let me see. 1 second. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, can you hear me now without the echo? Can you see me and hear me now properly without the echo? All right, very good. So, ready to start your second round of revision? No, I'm still hearing an echo. Just give me a second, guys. Very good. So, ready to start your second round of revision? No, I'm still hearing an echo. Just give me a second, guys. All right. Are you getting disturbed? I'm getting an echo. My voice is coming back to me for some reason, which is why I'm getting a little disturbed. All right. Good to see all of you here. So ready to start your second practice. Now, you have done revision before and you know, why is this not working? Guys, give me a second. I'm getting very distracted. Good to see all of you here. So ready to start your second practice. Now, you have done revision before and you know, why is this not working? Guys, give me a second. I'm getting very distracted. All right, can you hear me now? Loud and clear? Yes? Loud and clear, can you hear me and everything is fine? No echo and nothing? All right, let's start. So, how are you going about your reading comprehension? I hope you are reading at least 45 minutes a day, normal reading, that is newspapers, editorials, articles, and I hope you are also practicing your RC sets. When you are practicing your RC sets, you are supposed to do at least 3-4 passages at one go instead of one passage at a time. All right. And what is the method you are using? We will try to do it now. All right. Read in the exam, you can see the entire passage on one screen, so it is easy. Here we have a slight a little inconvenience of you being able to see only one slide at a time. So when you are reading one slide at a time, give yourself, I will give you around 45 seconds to a minute to read a slide. So you can finish a passage in 3 minutes, maximum 4 minutes. Then we'll look at the question. Okay. Now when you read the question, read all the options quickly, and then I will take you back to the part of the passage if you want to refer to it again. All right, you read that bit and then answer the question. For the whole time to answer each question, I will give you a minute. Is that clear? So you're getting a minute per slide plus a little less than a minute per question. And after that, after we finish the whole set of questions, all 4 or 5 questions for the passage, then we will go back and start correcting ourselves as to what is the right answer and what is not the right answer. Good method? You okay with this? All right, let us start then. Okay, your time starts now. All right, next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Keep reading. If you don't know the meaning of a word, keep reading. I'll explain it later. Next slide. Okay, so how was the passage? Slightly longer than what you expected because the font is large. All right, it wasn't really a long passage, it was the normal length. The font was large, so we could fit in one passage per paragraph per slide only, which was also deliberate. What's the subject of the passage? What's the overall tone? All you understood? I will do the analysis once you answer the questions, okay? So any word that you didn't understand, don't worry. Do you want me to quickly go back through all the passages for all the paragraphs for 15 seconds each? Now in the exam you skim and then you're going to read in detail. But now I'm going to ask you, do you want to go straight to the questions or do you want me to let you skim the paragraphs again? I think we'll go straight to the questions, okay? And all right. What is the main idea of the passage? Read all 4 options and mark. Okay, do not give me the answer yet, or if you give, I'm not going to tell you it's right or wrong. We'll finish all 5 questions and then we will discuss. All right. I will tell you about that, Deepika. All right. What is the main idea of the passage? Look at all 4 options. Because for this, you don't have to go back to the passage. You have already read the passage. You have a fair idea of which sentence is giving you the whole story of the passage in a sentence. All right, quickly type in your answers. What is the main idea of the passage? All right, what about the YouTube students? Put up your answers quickly. Let me see your answers. And then we move to the next question. Oh, something went wrong. Wait. No. Okay, guys, something went wrong. Hold on. You have to give me a minute. All right, question 2. I shouldn't have shown the answer. Question 2. Okay, 10-15 more seconds. Let me see your answers quickly for question 2. Okay, what about Jayant, Sachin, Ravindra? I'm not seeing your answers. I'm only seeing one side of the answers, not the second side. All right. Okay, done. All of you are done with the answers? Yes? Okay. Question 3. Question 3. Guys, everyone in the class has to answer. This is a revision. It doesn't matter if you're getting it right or wrong, okay? Just start marking your answers. I can see a lot of answers for the app students who have logged in through the app, but not many on the YouTube. What happened? Just mark whatever you think is the main answer. Then we'll discuss. Then you'll find out where am I going wrong. If I'm going wrong, why am I going wrong? Right? That it's a self-correction that you can do. What is the main idea? Need to go back to the passage, Harish. Which passage? Which part of the passage? Okay, where Orwell talks about. Okay, I'll take you back. Where Orwell talks about. From here, Hitler grasped the falsity of the hedonistic attitude to life. All right, Hitler understood the falsity of the hedonistic attitude to life, and then read the rest. Nearly all Western thought since the last war, all progressive thought has assumed tacitly that human beings desire nothing beyond ease, security, and avoidance of pain. So keep reading that, and then I'll show you the answer options again. All right. Doesn't matter, Aishwarya. Even if you, Aishwari, if you joined late, it doesn't matter. If you mark the wrong answer, it doesn't matter. But attempt. Okay. All right, Harish. Now can I go back to the passage? Okay. Sorry. What is the main idea in Orwell's review of Mein Kampf? Human beings are ascetics at the very core. Life full of struggle appeals more to human beings as it appears to be more practical and real. To achieve satisfaction, human beings aspire for security sprinkled with occasional struggles, or human beings by their very nature are escapists and would do anything in their capacity to pretend that life is very glittery. All right, I've seen only 2 answers. Okay, is it B or C? That's the one that you're struggling with. Okay. All right, has everyone answered? Everyone? Okay, what about the YouTube guys? Come on, give me your answers. Let me see. It's okay if you're wrong. It doesn't matter. Okay, all right. Okay, next question. What can you infer to be the fatal flaw in utilitarian utopianism as indicated in the passage? So the passage keeps talking of this is the fatal flaw of utilitarian utopianism. What does he call it? First read the answer options quickly, then tell me if you want me to show you the passage again. All right? What is the fatal flaw in the logic used by utilitarian utopianism? Right, he has given 4 options. Quickly go through it. Then let me go back and see which part of the passage do you want to show? Do you want me to show if you're not sure of the answer? He's not asking what is utilitarian utopianism. He's asking what is the flaw of utilitarian utopianism. You don't want me to take you back to the passage? All right, okay. All right, done. Next question. Which one could be the consequence? You want me to go back to the passage, Harish? All right, I'll take you. One, first he says, what is the calculation of the utilitarian utopian logic? The trolley problem. What is the fatal flaw of the utilitarian utopianism? It seems to be a tongue twister. That he has given through the experiment of the healthy bystander and people struggling. If you sacrifice, that's the example he has given. So that he calls, that example stands for the fatal flaw. Therefore, what does it mean? So what would you mark, Harish? Did you finish? You mark your answer already? Mark your answer quickly and then we'll move to the next question. Okay, try not to see the answers. All right, fifth one. What is the consequence of the quest for utopia as per the... All of the following could be consequences, could be the result of the quest for utopia, could be called, could be said to be the results of the quest for utopia, except which one? Out of these, three are the result of people's quest for utopia. One isn't. Identify the one which isn't. Okay, all of you got the answer? Okay, now let's go back to the passage. Okay, now how are you supposed to read the passage? Every time you read it, try to identify what exactly has the author said in this paragraph. Each paragraph, quickly tell yourself, oh, so this is what he said. Utopias are idealized visions of a perfect society. Utopianisms are those ideas put into practice. Okay, what do you think is perfect society? And you put those ideas into practice. This is where the trouble begins. If you have an idea what is the perfect society, it's fine. But when you try to put those ideas into practice, you are in trouble. The word means no place, because the imperfect, instead of being the perfect place, utopia can come to, when you try to put the ideas into practice, utopia becomes a no place, because we are imperfect human beings. We are imperfect in every way, personal, political, economic and social, and we are trying to establish a system which is perfect in terms of personal, political, economic and social aspects. And therefore, when you try to execute those, implement those ideas, you fail. Why? Because you are imperfect. All right, human beings are imperfect, so they cannot have a perfect society. They cannot establish a utopia or a perfect society. Second, the belief that human beings are perfectible, can be made perfect, leads inevitably, unavoidably, definitely to mistakes when a perfect society is designed for an imperfect species. So you are trying to design a perfect society for whom? For imperfect people. There is no best way to live, because there is so much variation in how people want to live. So what is your version of what is correct or perfect is not another version. People differ, so the ideas of what is perfect also differs. So there is no best society, only variations of a handful of themes dictated by your nature. People's nature differs, so what people consider perfect is also different. Utopias are especially vulnerable, weak, all right, when a social theory based on collective ownership, communal work, authoritarian rule and command and control economy, which is authoritarianism. Collective ownership, no private ownership. Communal work, everybody works together and gets benefits. Dictatorial rule and an economy which is not free, which is commanded and controlled. It collides, it clashes with our natural born desire. What is a human being's natural state? You want freedom, you want choice, and instead the utilitarian society believes in collective ownership, communal work, authoritarian rule. So there is a clash between what you want, what you are designed for, and what the so-called society wants from you. Moreover, the natural differences in ability, interest and preference within any group of people. We have all differences in ability, in our interests, in our preferences. Therefore, we have different outcomes and our living and working conditions are different. They are imperfect compared to utopias. But utopias are based on total equality. We are unequal. Therefore, we cannot accept the aspect of total equality. Most 19th century utopian experiments were harmless. 19th century, they did a lot of utopian experiments, but they were harmless because they didn't have the support of large number of people and they didn't have economic and political power. But add these factors, that means when political and economic power came into the hands of people who wanted to make utopian experiments, then utopian dreamers can turn into dystopian murderers. Dystopia is the exact opposite of utopia. Utopia, perfect society. Dystopia, a horrible society where there is pain, so everything is terrible. So these utopian dreamers turned into dystopian murderers when they tried to implement their dream of a utopian society. And why? He'll tell you. People act on their beliefs, and if you believe that the only thing that is preventing you, your family, clan, tribe, race or religion from going to heaven is someone else or some other group, then you'll do anything. You can't be stopped. I have a dream of what is heaven. Nobody can stop me from reaching heaven. That's what the utopian dreamers did. So he says this is the calculus of utopian logic. This is the way utopian logic works. He gives you the trolley problem. You are standing on a fork road. The train can go here, the train can go here. All right. So if you allow the train to go on one line, it will kill 5 people. If you allow it to go on another line, it will kill 1 worker. Most people would say, yeah, 1 to save 5 lives. But what does Western enlightened countries, what do they believe in? Every life is precious. So you can't quantify life by saying 5 more than 1. 1 is also precious, 5 are also precious. So we agree that it is morally, even if enlightened Western countries today agree that it is morally permissible to kill 1 person to save 5, okay, you are saving more but he is saying, can you believe how easy, if you believe that, okay, killing 1 is fine if you are saving 5, can you imagine how easy it will be to convince a whole crowd that kill 1,000 to save 5,000, kill 100,000 to save 500,000, and that's what they did. What are a few zeros when we're talking about infinite happiness and eternal bliss? So the utopian dreamer showed you this dream of eternal bliss, of beautiful society, everything will be fine. Oh, kill 1,000 people, so 10,000 people will live in heaven. Then he says, but there is a fatal flaw. What is the fatal flaw in utilitarian utopianism? Another thought experiment. What is that? You are healthy and you are standing outside an emergency room and there are 5 patients dying from different conditions. The doctor tells you, if you sacrifice your life, your organs can be harvested and 5 people can be saved. Now what happens? Because you are personally involved, will you really like to be in that place of the innocent bystander? Will you say, yes, yes, 5 lives are more important than 1? You understand now. So when it is just a number, it is fine. But is it just a number? It's someone's life. And when you are in the position when you have to sacrifice your life in the greater good, would you do it? Would you like to be in that society and in the role of that bystander? Where you are asked, okay, chalo, give your heart, give your brain, give your kidneys, because 5 people will be saved. So now you can see the flaw in utilitarianism. It doesn't work practically in real life. It's not correct actually. All right. And this is precisely what happened with the 20th century experiments in utopian socialist ideologies. Socialist ideologies starting with Marxism, Leninism, Stalinism, started with Karl Marx, who talked about workers' revolution to overthrow capitalism. Lenin, who took it to the next step, killing a lot of people to put his one-party dictatorship into in operation, saying that, eventually we're going to have a revolution of the workers, we're going to have the party, but he became the dictator and the party started suppressing people, taken to another level by Stalin. So all were forms of communism, Marxism and socialism only. Then of course there was fascist Italy, which said that okay, the leader and the government will have everything in power. They can do whatever they want. Total dictatorship, total power. They control the industry, they control commerce. Anyone who opposed them was finished. Nazism was a form of fascism, right? Started by Hitler, who brought in race among other things, right? Führer, the leader, the party is more important, people are not important. And again he talked about supremacy of a race and said that, anybody who belongs to another race, finish them off. So they became all twisted ideologies, all in the name of political, social, economic, and in Nazis' case, racial perfection. As a result, what happened? Because of these utopian socialist ideologies, what happened? Tens of millions of people were murdered by their own state or killed in conflict with other states. Revolutionary Marxism led to murders. Pogroms are basically organized killing, organized massacres, genocides, killing total races and communities, ethnic cleansing. One particular ethnic community is removed. Civil wars, all kinds, all in the name of communism, heaven, utopia, perfect state. All right. So the utopian quest for perfect happiness was exposed as the flawed goal by Orwell in his review of Mein Kampf, Hitler's book. He said that Hitler was very smart. Hitler was a smart guy. He grasped the falsity of the hedonistic attitude to life. Hedonism means pleasure seeking. A hedonist is a pleasure seeker, one who believes that pleasure is the ultimate end of life. Okay, all Western philosophy and progressive thought said man wants pleasure, progress, money, ease, security. He doesn't want pain. So, but because of that, there was no emphasis on patriotism, war, military virtues. What Hitler did was, he realized that man does not just want pleasure, he also wants a little bit of struggle and conflict in his life. So what did he do? He says man, in between all the good things, intermittently, once in a while, wants struggle and self-sacrifice. He also loves parades and, military activity. Therefore, what did he do? When Western philosophers told the world, we will give you the perfect life, we'll give you a very pleasurable life and a good life, Hitler said that I will offer you struggle, danger and death. And with that, he managed to convince an entire nation to fall at his feet. So then the author comes to the last paragraph, all right, which is what utopia cannot, as an idea, it fails. So what should replace the idea of utopia? What is the solution? The answer is found in another neologism. Neo means new, logism means expression. A new word has been coined. Neither utopia nor dystopia. It's called protopia. Pro means forward. So protopia means incremental, step by step, slow progress towards improvement, not perfection. We'll try to be better each day. So Protopia is a state that is better today than it was yesterday. So it is step by step moving towards progress. And Protopia contains problems and benefits. So this complex interaction of working and broken is very hard to predict. So we don't really know what's going to happen, he says. So first question, what was the main idea of the passage? Those who did not answer the first time round, now it's easy. The very idea of utopia stands at best imaginary because a perfect society is a distant dream, he does not say. He says perfect society is not possible. Millions of people have been massacred in the name of utopian vision by so-called revolutionaries to further their own political ambitions. No, in the quest for utopia. So this is also wrong. Protopia is an updated version of utopia, but he doesn't say should be embraced with open arms. He says it has both pros and cons, but again that's not the main point. Therefore, he says rather than trying to achieve utopia, we should look for protopia, an incremental progress. Good, easy. Question is D. Answer is D. All right. Second question. Why would the equalitarian utopian quest fail? Equalitarianism means equality for all. Why did the author say equalitarian utopia is failed, doomed? On what basis did he say that? Because we are imperfect individuals, we are different individuals. What is perfect for you is not perfect for me. We have different aspirations, we differ in a lot of things. Therefore, an imperfect man trying to achieve a perfect society is not possible, or an equal society. We are unequal, we are born unequal, we've got everything different. So which one gets that answer correct? It is impossible to achieve perfection. No, but why? He is not talking of perfect, he is talking of equalitarian utopian. Why would the quest for equality fail? He is not asking why would the quest for perfection fail. Why would the quest for equality fail? He has talked for one entire paragraph on that. Here, he says there is so much variation in how people want to live that there is no best society. Second is that our natural differences in ability, interests and preferences within us leads to inequalities. Therefore, the equality of outcomes cannot be achieved. So why would equality not be achieved? Because true, perfection cannot be achieved because we are imperfect, but equality cannot be achieved because we are unequal. We have different aspirations, different dreams and different outcomes for our effort. And therefore, we cannot accept equality and cannot. Therefore, answer is C, not B. All right. Okay, question 3. Main idea of Orwell's review of Mein Kampf. So the answer was between B and C. He did not say life full of struggle appeals to human beings, right? What did he say? He said that Hitler realized that along with all the good life, people want it to be intermittently interspersed by struggle, military bands, flags and parades. Therefore, the answer is C, not a life full of struggles. Human beings want both. They want a good life, but they also want a bit of struggle. All right, so the answer is C. So when he said, I'll give you struggle and death and risk and all that, people fell at his feet. All right, okay. What is the fatal flaw? The fatal flaw, as explained in the organ harvesting bystander. You are standing and if you will sacrifice your life, then 5 lives will be saved. Will you do it? That is the fatal flaw. One person to save 5 people is correct, but you don't want to be that one person. So who is going to be the one person? That is why it results in murders. All right. So the answer is, we will accept that 1 life versus 5, 1 is better to give, as long as you are not that person. And the moment you become that person, the others kill you. So it doesn't become something voluntary, it ends up with massacres and killing. Right? 4 is D. Okay, good. 5. All of the following could be the consequence of the quest for utopia as per the passage, except. Easy. All these could have been or could be seen as a result of the quest for utopia, except. People indulging in mass genocide, if we kill 1,000 people, they are obstructing our paths to heaven, so we will get heaven, right? If anybody is dissenting, then they were killed so that the state can achieve its goals. The state, of course, would do anything to achieve its goal, but does not mean that people accepted this. This is not a consequence of the utopia, though utopian, this finally happened, that the Marxist states use socialist utopian ideas. All right. Okay. Okay, next. Again, I'll show you a passage, 45 seconds for each of the paras this time. All right. Okay, start. Okay, next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Okay, so now somebody had asked me, Deepika, I think, saying how do I figure out whether a passage is positive or negative or neutral? The first passage that we read, you know that the topic was utopia, right? So first ask yourself, what's the subject? The subject was utopia, how Marxist, Leninist, Stalinist philosophies used it to kill lots of people. So it's a concept which, when put into practice, went very wrong. So the author is critical about how it worked. So his tone is negative about utopias. At the end, he is slightly positive, saying instead of utopia, we should be looking at protopia. All right. Here again, he is talking about Fermi's paradox. Enrico Fermi, who is a physicist, Italian-born American, who gave his famous Fermi's paradox, which said that, you know, we have no evidence that there is life on other planets so far, no proven evidence. Fermi's paradox was given many years back, but every indication and probability and our calculations suggest that there is life in other space. So this is the paradox, here but no proof. Okay, that's the paradox. So this guy is saying you can answer the paradox, why did it happen, in two ways, and he's giving. So what is he doing? His tone is more or less neutral, but he has a point of view and he's trying to persuade you that, look, this is what has happened, this is what has happened. So the passage is kind of arguing for the author's point of view. Okay, it's not 100% objective because the author is giving his personal opinion. All right, and he's negative about our concern with fitness faking narcissists. He calls it narcissist is a person who loves himself. So when you read, ask yourself, what is the topic? What is the author saying about the topic? What are the kind of words he has used for the topic, and decide if it's positive, negative or neutral, and then go with other words in the options. Is that clear? All right, are you ready for the questions? This was a little more difficult than the first one, or easier. Yes, there was concern, but Harish, the concern that we're talking about, Sai Harish, in the beginning, what is it concerned about? Is he worried? It's happened. He's already talked about things that happened. How the so-called perfect the perfect society utopia, in seeking to establish that, people have become they became murderers and massacres happened in the name of perfection and utopia. So that was more critical rather than concerned. Concerned is when you're worried, right? Yes, Rahul, what was your question? So can I show the questions now, or this passage was a little tougher than the earlier one, but the questions will be easier. Okay, there are a lot of words there that you didn't understand, I'm sure, but we'll go into each of that different later. All right. Absolutely. So there is no one tone. His tone changed a bit. Critical in the middle paras, towards the end with the suggestion and the solution he has given. That is how you read the tone of the passage. Then if there is a question on the tone, then only you have to use one word and say, okay, this word is the closest to it. All right. Okay, question 6. Question 6. Among the following options, which one represents the most important concern raised in the passage? Do you want to go back to the passage? Because this is again the most important point in the passage. So you shouldn't go back to the passage. But if you felt that I did not read it well enough, then I can show you all the paragraphs quickly. Abdul, did he talk of extinction of intelligence? Any extreme word? Has he mentioned the word extinction of intelligence? He said we are not using, we have evolved in our intelligence, but we are not using it. We are only using it for our self pleasure. So it cannot be extinction of intelligence. Understood? Short term pleasure seeking behavior and ignoring the bigger picture. All right. So what is the word he has used? He says penny, somewhere he says penny seeking pleasures and ignoring so basically he is saying that human beings are more concerned about their immediate pleasures, the Xbox as he says, instead of worrying about the next generation, how do we survive, how do we procreate, all that. Okay, so that is the main one. Next one, which one would be an explanation? Author has given two explanations for the lack of contact between human beings and aliens. One is that the aliens became so evolved, just like the human beings, and developing the nuclear bomb, that they killed each other. Second is that they became just like us, and instead of trying to look outward and discover new worlds, they became inward turning. They started only like us in seeking their own pleasures and becoming narrower and narrower in their scope. So they internalized and lost the cosmic plot in their penny seeking pleasures, small pleasures, instead of the bigger picture. They lost the cosmic plot, the world plot. Okay. D, all of you, excellent. Question 8. Which one is the author most likely to agree with? Now remember, this has to go with the main idea of the passage, and then you are drawing an inference based on the main idea. So which one would it be? Violent crime coexists in all technologically advanced societies in spite of proliferation of fitness faking technologies. What has that got to do? Basically, author says fitness faking technologies are making us look inward, right? The technology to produce fitness faking gadgets is guided by the government's desire to control the minds of citizens and keep them away from troublemaking activities. Did he say anything about that? Did he say anything about that? Countries that have the most advanced technologies are often the ones that are at the forefront of colonial expansion through wars. Now, if this be true, then it goes against the author's main thing. He says, as you evolve, you turn inward. You are more concerned with your own self-indulgence. Wars and colonial conquests engaged in by the European nations after the Renaissance would not have occurred had fitness faking gadgets and consumerism existed in those days. Then they wouldn't have gone about trying to conquer the world, right? So the answer is D. All right, good. Question 9. Which one weakens the main idea of the passage? Fitness faking technologies are making us indulge in e-pleasures, virtual worlds, and not bother about outward things, not bothered about what's happening in real life, not expanding, not surviving, not all those things. Which one would go against it? Violent crimes coexist in all technologies, advanced societies, in spite of the proliferation of fitness faking technologies. The technology to produce fitness faking gadgets is okay. How will this weaken the idea that how would violent crimes exist? He is saying basically when the society gets more and more technologically advanced, it turns inward and is only based on self-indulgence. Now then what happens is the society is not outward. When people try to get something from the other, that basically shows the outwardness, right? So violent crimes in a way weakens the passage, not too much but does. Second one is irrelevant. This definitely weakens it very well, and No, this strengthens it and this strengthens it. So the answer is A, 1 and 3. Not very happy with 1, but still. Okay, next one. Which of the following is a possible way of resisting the great temptation? He says some families, right, Luddites. Who are Luddites? People who are against technology. In France, they used to burn places which are set up for new technologies, new factories, anything which was modern, they used to. So they are called the Luddites. And anybody who is against anything which is against development and against new technology is called a Luddite. Which of the following is a possible way of resisting that temptation? By patting each other's back? No, this is what will happen at the end by those who actually survive. Yes, when you know, denies the truth of the conclusion, sort of, not premise, conclusion. Whenever you weaken an argument, the argument's main part is always the conclusion. So when you weaken, you go against the conclusion. B, okay, family values and other things. So right now he says everybody is so involved with oneself that they are not bothered about family values, right? So the answer would be B. All right. So wasn't that hard, was it? We're on the right track. We have 8 or 10 sets of revision classes. I hope you attend all of them. All right. My name is Savitri Krishnamurty. For those of you who did not know me, I don't like to tell about myself at the beginning of the class. People would say, "Arey, VARC padhne aaye, why is she talking about herself?" VARC is something I've been doing for the last God knows how many years. I had to put down a number. Gradeup said that, but I didn't want to because I didn't want you to guess my age. But anyway, chalega. All right, I have been teaching VARC from the time cat was a nice test, cute little kitten, to now when it has become pretty tough. All right, so this, take a screenshot of your classes so that you don't miss a single class on the revision. All right, so we finished VARC 1 and 2, followed by tomorrow we have algebra, VARC part 3. All right. Harish, no, guess or estimate would be max 20 or 25 questions. 25 is our guess because 34 in 60 minutes, we are assuming 25 in 40 minutes. It cannot be more than 25. So anywhere from 24 to 25 questions, out of which 60% will be RC. All right, that has been the trend in CAT from your time, from my time to yours. All right, so from October 28th, we have been having these classes. So make sure throughout the week at 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock, subscribe to our channel, download the Gradeup app, press the bell, and if you like the session, do press the like button. It's important for us to get your feedback. All right. So make sure you attend these classes, plus of course our courses that are there for you all the time. We're working hard throughout the week. We're working really hard. It feels like I am sitting for CAT for the 100th time. But if we can, I tell the students that every time a student realizes his or her dream, I feel like I have realized my dream. You can take Gradeup Super with 1 month validity for just you people for the next 1 month, or you can, if you don't want to be part of a course but just want practice tests, we have Gradeup Green Card for the last lap for just 999 rupees, so that you get lots of tests on all CAT and non-CAT exams. All right. So thank you, Harshal. Do join the class, subscribe to the channel, press the like button and press the bell so that you get notifications of all the classes. These are the courses that are going on right now, and of course I call this the dream team. Okay, the dream 11 of Gradeup. Pranav, Jatin, Vikas, Vijay, Ashish, I am Savitri, Sanujam, Anant, Ajay, Tapesh, Vikrant. Yes, you've seen that number, right? 100% in VARC. Lot of people get 100 percentile in VARC. Not as many as in Quant and LRDI, but still quite a lot of people. All right. Saral, who is phenomenal, I believe, in quant and LRDI. I wish I was taught by these guys. And Anurag Agarwal. All right, you must have attended their classes, so I don't have to really tell you. I can just tell you that I'm lucky to be part of this team and you are lucky to be taught by them. All right, so all the best. Keep working hard. Practice past year's question papers. Attend our YouTube classes. Attend our app classes. And those of you who are already our students, of course, you know that our courses are going full stream, the last lap of your CAT journey. Hope all of you have downloaded those admit cards and your centers are all not too far away from where you live, right? All right. So, prep smart, score better, join Gradeup, go Gradeup. Yes, Ajay, Anurag, Saral, all amazing. Actually, the entire team is amazing. All right. And I sit there with my nose up in the air. All right. So, I will see you very soon in the next class, whenever it is. Meanwhile, do attend all the classes. They are very useful for you. All right. Yes. Exam pattern is similar, no issue. There's no difference. It's just instead of 60 questions, 34 questions in 60 minutes per section, which was 180 minutes. Now it is 100, for 2020 it is 120 minutes. So it's only a 2-hour test. And because it's a 2-hour test, each section will be only 40 minutes. So the number of questions will accordingly come down. So we are expecting about, if they're really tough and long questions, there'd be 20, otherwise there'd be 25 questions per section. That's what we expect. So prepare for 25 questions or 20 to 25 questions. That's what you should be preparing for. All right. We have a lot of CAT mocks in the new pattern on Gradeup. All right. So take those tests and you will have good practice. All right. Okay. All the best then. I will see you very soon. Take care, all of you.